They said the end would come as a roar, but it began in silence. For months, the sky had glowed wrong. A new light bled across constellations, bright as dawn even at midnight. Astronomers called it Nova Cygni 9, a star gone mad in a neighboring arm of the galaxy. It wasn't supposed to threaten Earth, not from that far away. But then came the neutrino storms, the radio hiss that devoured satellites, and the strange, shimmering auroras that danced over the equator. Something vast was moving through the fabric of space itself. And then, one morning, every star in the sky blinked out. Commander Naya Kale floated in the observation dome of the Aurora station, watching the last faint glow of Sol gutter and vanish. The instruments failed to explain it. No shock wave, no radiation surge, just absence. Telemetry's flatlined across all sectors, said Dr. Aaron Mendez, his voice tight with disbelief. It's as if the universe skipped a frame. For a long moment, the crew didn't speak. Only the hum of the station's life support broke the void. Outside, Earth was still visible, pale blue, fragile, haloed in ghost light reflected from nothing at all. The sun had simply stopped being. Panic rippled through the global network within minutes. Power grids failed without solar input. Orbital patterns shifted as the gravitational constant seemed to waver. Every human alive looked to the sky and saw, not darkness, but a kind of endless pause. It was Mendez who found it first. "Commander," he whispered, pointing to the sensor readout, "the stars haven't gone out. We've moved." Aurora Station's instruments confirmed the unthinkable. The solar system was no longer in the Milky Way. Some vast cosmic mechanism had pulled them across light years in an instant, leaving them adrift between galaxies. The first few days were chaos. Governments fractured, systems failed, and still the void outside offered no hint of what had happened. Then came the pulse. It rippled through every communication channel, a slow, rhythmic hum, almost like breathing. The signal repeated in mathematical ratios, too precise for chance. It wasn't coming from space, it was within it, like the fabric of reality itself had begun to speak. Earth's remaining scientists gathered on Aurora to decode it. The message unfolded not in words, but in maps, gravitational harmonics tracing a structure larger than any known galaxy. A cosmic lattice of energy, stretching beyond comprehension. And in its center, a hollow, where our sun now hung. "It's not destruction," Mendez said, staring at the holographic model. "It's preservation. We were extracted, like a seed." The pulse, they realized, wasn't a warning. It was an invitation, or perhaps a heartbeat of something alive. So humanity did what it always did when faced with the incomprehensible. It adapted. Solar arrays were replaced by quantum siphons that drew power from the pulse's rhythm. The frozen Earth was kept alive by orbital reactors, and amid the despair, something strange began to bloom. Unity. Old rivalries faded when the stars disappeared. Nations shared resources, data, hope. For the first time in millennia, humanity faced the universe not as fractured tribes, but as one species. A year passed in that endless twilight. Then the pulse changed. The hum quickened, patterns within it forming fractal sequences that mimicked DNA, not random, not alien, human. The realization spread like fire. The pulse was learning from them. In a final act of courage, Commander Kale volunteered to interface directly through the quantum channel. As the signal enveloped her, she saw it. A vast architecture of light spanning the void, each thread a timeline, each node a civilization once lost. Billions of extinct species, preserved as patterns of energy in the quiet between galaxies, and humanity had just joined them. But unlike the others, humans were not frozen echoes. Their signal continued to evolve, adapt, grow. Kale spoke softly into the luminous void, her voice merging with the pulse. "Are you a graveyard or a garden?" The reply came not as sound, but as warmth, a surge of memory, laughter, oceans, firelight. The pulse wasn't death. It was a bridge, a mechanism that saved life from dying universes, carrying their essence into the next. When she returned, her eyes glowed faintly with reflected starlight. "We're safe," she said, smiling through tears. "The stars didn't die. They were reborn, inside us." Years later, children born in the dark would see the first new sunrise, not Sol, but a newborn star igniting at the center of the strange lattice. Humanity had been replanted in a new cosmos. The people of Earth called it Dawn Space, the second beginning. From the observation dome, Kale watched that light spread, touching the edges of the void. The pulse was gone now, its work complete. In the silence that followed, humanity listened, and for the first time heard not fear, but possibility. Because survival, it turned out, was never about clinging to the old stars, but daring to make new ones. Thank you for traveling with me beyond the stars. If you enjoyed this journey through the quiet between suns, follow for more stories of humanity's spark, burning bright against the infinite.